Rock Kelly, might be known as Trackstar Kelly or simply just Kelly, Mr. Don't Get Spanked.
They gon' say I'm cap, it only make me smile. They forgot how ain't mad, was gone for a while. Now every time I spit a verse, man, I'm on trial. You from the hood, what's the name, nigga, claiming now? Like where you from, little nigga, who you ride with? Swear they try and make me a product of my environment. Missing college, only words was assignments, but now I'm getting tested by products of my environment.
Welcome back to the Unpleasant Thoughts Podcast. It's your host, Shampoo, a.k.a. Big Shampoo.
It's your boy Slider Guy, no lie.
And we got another special guest with us today. Tell them your name, what it is that you do.
Rock Kelly, might be known as Trackstar Kelly or simply just Kelly, Mr. Don't Get Spanked. A few things, but I'm an artist, activist, I'm a lot of things, man. We're going to talk about it all. I don't like to place myself in a box, but I just, do what I can to get my message out there, speak my truth, and create the change I want to see.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you coming out, man. Definitely been something we've been trying to link up for a minute for. And it's finally so we're going to go ahead and jump into this and go ahead. Let's tell the people where you grew up at, how things started off for you.
I'm from D.C., Uptown, Northwest. They say the Georgia Avenue, Petworth area. Went to Raymond, McFarland, Rose. That was really when my childhood. Those are my childhood schools. I was known really growing up for athletics a lot because I was one of the top football and track runners in the city on the youth side. And then as I got into high school, on a national scale, I became one of the top track athletes in the nation. So that's really what my upbringing, I went through the same. I don't like to get into the, oh man, I seen this happen. I seen the same shit that everybody was saying. The crackheads, the drug dealers,
the environment.
It's the environment. We know what the environment is like. We see what's going on right now. But my story is kind of different because my perspective on it, is a bit different than everybody else's. It's like I never wanted to be a victim of none of that shit. So I kind of did everything I could to, get away from it. And like running was one of the things that I could do to escape it, mentally for a while. But eventually it took me out of the city. And I really feel like that y'all saved my life because it changed my perspective on my environment. Once upon a time, just constantly saying the same shit over and over and over again. It y'all become normalized. But
it's easy to become a product.
Exactly. So when you get away from that and you go in North Carolina, you run that Southern hospitality, they get to looking at you like, oh, bro, fuck, you sure you ain't got no issues? I'm like, issues? Nigga, I'm the brightest motherfucker in my city. What y'all talking about? To them, I'm a genius. To them, I'm the nice guy. I get down here and everybody treat me like I'm I'm different. But it's again, it's all perspective at the end of the day. And again, a lot of the stuff that we see in our environment coming up, we think that it's okay from the, looking up to the drug dealers and the niggas with the chains, the cars and shit, that when you finally grow up and you see that shit was rented, that was fake, and everything, it's bullshit at the end of the day. So again, I was a youngin' from the inner city, like every other black kid, was influenced at once upon a time by the culture and the negative stereotypes of it, got my spankings here and there, and I eventually, went off to college and came back to the city with a message, to basically combat that type of stuff.
So Trackstar, that's where you got the name from, the
Trackstar. Yeah.
So Ben, go back to the youth, because, people, we go through our youth so fast, we burn it up, but you actually did something to your youth, you know what I'm saying?
Man, it's crazy you say that. Track, was, damn, bruh. I'm really sitting back and thinking,
how far did you take the track on football?
So, I started playing football. I was up Raymond, and we had a coach named Coach Ant, and around, I would say, 9 or 10 years old, he left our rec center and went around Trinidad. So we ain't have a team no more. And I would say that was when me and all my friends, y'all split up, because he was like a father figure and everything like that to a lot of the youth that ain't have no father. He was a mentor, but he kept us, it was a brotherhood. He kept us together from age, I would say 7 to when I was probably say 11, 12. But it's when Raymond shut down, we had football, went up Riggs. And that's when I became one of the best football players, youth football players in the city, But I stopped growing. So around the time I would say 7th, 8th grade, I was one of the top athletes in the city in football and track. You know, getting recruited by different schools, but I had a perspective. It's like, hey, you see these dudes, like they like this who the college is coming and picking up.
Oh, he's 6'8".
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm running and dipping my shoulder trying to run over people who 250 to 300 pounds because that's what's in my heart. You know, that's that shit right there.
That's not physics.
Hey, crowd, you know, I'm getting up. They stand over you. It's like, it's okay. I'll be back next play.
That's not physics.
You know what I'm saying? Coach be like, hey, Rock, step your ass out of bounds next play or I'm going to smack the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like little shit like that. Just that demeanor coming from where we come from. It's like, nah, you can never go like that.
Yeah.
And
I got you next time.
it'll get your ass hurt sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but all I just say, went through youth football, one of the top athletes. But when I would say, I would play youth football, and at halftime of the games, we'd be up like 3 touchdowns. And I just go to a cross-country track meet and like run in the woods with white kids and bust their ass, bro. Like, that's what my youth was like. But it's like being around athletes you coached by older people. So you see shit that older people was doing. So you're not even hanging around with the kids who just learning about it. You getting all that shit right then and there. So I got that side of it, but it's also I'm literally enjoying my youth through, you know, running from the shit that I'm going on. When 9th grade came, and 10th grade actually, I was a starting quarterback at Roosevelt.
Okay.
But I'm 5'6", you know. I'm just fast, know how to maneuver through the offense and shit like that, and it's catered towards me. But I'm still not growing and everything. So y'all like made the decision, like, man, fuck that. I'm just gonna focus on track. And then the next year, it's like all met. all met, back to back. It's like, you know, you going down to North Carolina, you running at New Balance National, now you're the national champion and shit like that. So that's really, like, I took it as, went to NC State, got a scholarship, school records at NC State, and not A&T, because people see a black dude with dreads say they went to school in North Carolina, they think A&T Essential. It's like, nah, I went to like NC State, ACC. So that's what, you know, that's how far I took it. And even after that, after I graduated, I went to West Kentucky and, you know, ended up becoming an All-American. So I really like ran as far as I could, but it got to the point where I'm like, damn, bro, I've been running for a while. And then I'm looking back at the city that I once knew was home. It's like, hey, that shit turned into a war zone. Somebody, ain't nobody, what's going on? Like, really, what's going on? And I get back, it's like, oh shit, like, don't get spanked. I see what the fuck going on.
But you kind of escape the environment by doing
long enough to get a different perspective
on life. And like, this is not all it is.
Exactly, because most youngins are born, you know, raised and die within 10 miles of their hospital. You know, so it's like a lot of these youngins don't get to see nothing else. That's why, to an extent, I feel for them. You know, even the motherfuckers running around causing all the trauma, all the shit. It's like, damn, bro. Like, I understand where you're coming from, because don't get me wrong, I once upon a time was part of the problem too. But it's like, when you know better, you do better. And fortunately, you know, I have seen different shit and I've been held to a higher standard. So it's only right for me to go back and uplift the other people in my community who look like me.
For sure. Like, when did you get into rapping at the same time? Did you get into rapping after school?
All right, well, here it go right here. I never saw myself as a rapper, bruh. Literally, it's like I've always been the type of person who like despised just what, you know, the stereotype of the rapper. So when I would say my sophomore year in college, I came back home to the city and ended up getting into an altercation, and I broke my hand. So I had to like red shirt.
Was you still on? You still on scholarship?
I'm still on scholarship, all that, but it's like I broke my hand fighting. That's a funny story.
I ain't never heard this story before.
Oh shit, you want to hear this story, bro? You want to hear this story? So the person I ended up fighting was actually from DC too. This is the nigga shit, bro. The little dirty nigga mindset that people think is okay. Like, that's what I call the little dirty nigga. Everybody want to be the little dirtiest nigga. The grimiest nigga. Little baddest little demon. It's like little dirty nigga
Who
mindset.
got the least amount of money?
Like, literally. I'm about to make you sit right here, bro.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. All right. So my sophomore year, there was a situation where something happened on my team, and one of the dudes who was he used to be my roommate. He was my roommate my freshman year. we were actually high school rivals in track. So they thought it was a good idea because we both from DC.
Many competitors that.
Nah, they didn't. They weren't looking at it like that.
Oh,
they
shit.
looking at this
Oh,
is Southern hospitality shit. Oh, they both from DC. Two young black men from DC coming. They gonna love to be. Nah, nigga. It's not how DC work. That's not how DC work,
That's
bruh.
crazy.
You going for a rude fucking awakening, bruh. So we brought all the bullshit to North Carolina, and it wasn't even not off no. Like he from Southeast. I'm from Uptown. So you know the type of time, you know, he was on down there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like that. He from Southeast, bro.
It's college. I mean, shit.
And it's college, bro. And again, everybody don't know how to flip that script.
Yeah, it's college.
We embrace being who we are, regardless, good or bad.
We embrace it.
We embrace the bullshit. That's one of the biggest issues in our community. Like, we embrace the stereotypes, we embrace the negativity, but everybody say they want change, and they put Black Lives Matter in their bio, and be like, yeah, bro, change is good. Always has been. No, the fuck it. Come on, bro. You don't want to be part of nothing you talking about. But yeah. So let me tell a story. Basically, in college, he was my high school rival. They ended up putting us in a room together, and I would say my sophomore year, when we move out of the dorms and get our apartments and stuff, it was just shit that going on, nigga shit. I can't explain it any other way, bro.
Yeah.
DC shit been taken in North Carolina, and when we got back to DC, nigga done pulled up to my house over some shit. It was actually on Christmas, might have been.
What
And look,
Some DC shit.
some DC shit, bro.
Cause
Like,
oh God, I was on Thanksgiving break trying to beat somebody up from earlier there with the DSU with
and
me.
it's like it's literally I'm on the phone and my North Carolina friend, my bro, I'm not gonna put your name out there. I ain't even gonna do that to you. But he hit me up. He like, hey, bro, I don't think you want to fight him. Like, I heard he got his peoples and they coming with him. So naturally, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call my peoples, bro. So they don't know how it works.
Yeah.
They don't know. He thinking that was gonna say, hey, nah, like, you know, chill out.
It is. Yeah.
But it's like, no, he got his peoples. Okay, good. We could duel, motherfucker. Like, let's have fun. That's the mindset. But again, he ended up coming up that joint. A little altercation happened and everything. I ended up breaking my hand and ended up having to get pins into my hand. So me being at that school, it's like, nah, we not taking that risk because you fall or anything like that. You mess up anything, it's like we gotta be responsible for that. And it's like, nah, bro, we not going like that. So they made me sit out that whole year, and I really was stuck and had to self-reflect and taking everything that was going. It's like you can't run from your shit no more.
Yeah.
I always had literally physically running from what I had going on. Everything that was back home, I'm getting a call. Hey, so and so in jail. So and so just died. Da 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 da. It's like yeah. But I'm at practice every day, running. So it's an outlet. But the moment you can't do that no more, you had to sit there. I was getting spanked every night, bro. Like on a whole nother level.
Sitting there reflecting.
Sitting there catching it, and it's hitting you, and it's hitting you, and it's hitting you. It's like, damn. Like I'm really like. So I started writing, and eventually it was like writing to letters to my brother who was locked up, and it's like, bro, you sitting here writing these letters, you suck ass nigga, bro. At least make the shit rhyme or something. Make it.
I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga. Hold on.
This is why I can talk the shit that I talk, because I done been through all the phases and emotions of this shit. It's like, bro, I literally went through it all, and it's like you gotta constantly keep going. It's like I understand why you at where you at, but I also know how to get to where you say you want to go. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm still young, I'm still learning, I'm growing, but it's like, bro, I done been at the moments. It's like just the little joints, and I'm not afraid to admit. It's like, damn, bro, you sitting here writing, bro, you're not supposed to be writing. Make the shit rhyme or something. But it was like that right there. I tricked myself into now. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
So I go and I'm writing rhymes, making it rhyme, and at first it was kind of like, So I started sending it to my best friend and my aunt, and like one of my close friends who back home in DC, and they like, hey, that actually makes sense. I'm like, for real? It's like, yeah, that shit kind of deep. So I just keep doing it. But it's like, it got to a point where I'm like, damn, I can rap better than these niggas, but I ain't know how to make music. And in that time, I'm still going through the process of becoming like a better and better athlete. So it was like, music was just, I would hop on Instagram, do little freestyles here and there, put it out there. So that's kind of how I built my following.
Mm-hmm.
But I would make little songs like Letter to DC. And, you know, that was like my letters to the city from college. I would write them, poorly mixed, all that, and just record it. I ain't know nothing, no better. It's just music. I'm recording it and putting it out there. And that's kind of how I got a lot of my following, because it was like nobody in the city to my knowledge, that was actually doing something that was against the grain like that. It's like, hey, pray for the city. It's like that was around the time where everybody just now got their guns and was stepping outside. Like, oh yeah, it's fully time.
Yeah.
We finna paint the city red. And it's just one nigga sending from North Carolina letters to DC.
Me and Delaware releasing poetry about violence, about gun violence. Same shit. I swear to God. Same years all that.
It's crazy because it's like doing that. I'm still in North Carolina, so just going through that whole progression and all of that, and getting just getting my message right, how I wanted to deliver it. And when I eventually came home, I would say 2019, the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So I trained professionally for track, I would say, once I got home for about 2-3 months. But the pandemic hit, and it's like, my brother looked me in my eyes. He's like, bro, yeah, that shit cool, but you need to get you some money. And I ain't like the way the nigga said it. But I was like, yeah, damn, you right, nigga.
Simple.
Straight to the point, nigga. I'm like, damn. So I just dove back into, trying to, I got my degree, make that work. But then that joint, you start seeing that degree ain't as valuable as you think. So I, talk my way, finesse my way into certain things, found ways to, get my money. And that's when I started to fully invest in music and, try to understand it on a different level, because I see what I'm trying to do ain't what everybody else trying to do. Most of the artists is simple. It's like, free car, shoot a nigga, fuck that nigga bitch, he dead, spin back,
The big five.
And then put the 808 in there, drop that joint, dun, drown it on all the songs.
It ain't even got rhyme.
Ain't it? So you take that, and then I'm coming here, I'm trying to literally, I'm trying to be lyrical and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give a deep message, and it's like, bro, that shit is so surface level here. Ain't nobody even gonna pick up on the shit that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Down there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I really had to go dive deep in myself. Like, bro, what are you really trying to make music for? Like, what is you really trying to make this music for?
Did you write any poetry or something?
I never had poet, and people ask me all the time, like they think I'm a poet. Why? I'm like, bro, I'll teach me how to write poetry.
I mean, the way you put your bars and
I literally, at first it was just me writing stuff out. And then I learned how to bend words and bend lyrics the way I wanted to make them, flow certain ways and shit like that. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm fairly new to music all around, period. And that's why I embrace, the knowledge that I can from as many places as I can when I'm stepping in different studios and from, just keeping an open mind. But I also see that, again, when you're trying to make real music, like a different type of sound and all of that from what's common in the area, it's a little hard because you run into a lot of the engineers, the producers, who it's like, they've been making their money off of doing this. And a lot of people don't even know, it's like little certain shit, how to layer your lyrics, how to layer your backlines and stuff like that. It's like you trying to harmonize a certain way, you got to put this many layers on there. Brandy put 15, 18 on hers, but you put 2, 3 on these people's computers and them joints crash. And it's like, because they ain't never had to do that. Yeah. Ain't nobody coming in there doing them. Ain't nobody even holding them to that standard. Dudes get agitated and stuff when you trying to get them to do what you done looked up on YouTube and you done sat there and you done studied hey, I think this might work for my voice, but it's like no one has come in here trying to do what you trying to do. So I really had to learn, how to maneuver like that. I have not even been able to fully lock in studio time on that level and just sit there and be locked into a creative environment yet. I ain't even found my real creative space.
Do you feel like you gotta find the right person? Cause everybody, it could be everybody different.
Find a producer or somebody and build a relationship.
Find a chemistry, somebody that's going to build in your sound. So do you got the sound you want to stick with yourself? Because like you say, you just started.
Again, I'm still creating. I'm still open. I done tried so many different things. All my songs, they sound different, but they sound the same because the message is so tight. Yeah. But it might be this type of beat, But at the end of the day, it's like I got so much other stuff going on that music is my weapon to, spanking their ass with my message. Behind that, it's kind of I'm out here meeting with CEOs, mayor candidates, activists and stuff like that, trying to find ways to, build a concrete plan.
It's the message is for you. The music is for you.
It's for the message, the entertainment and stuff like that, but I also understand the power of words and power of lyrics. So I see what my lyrics do to people. So it's all right, well, I'm able to get this into a place where people will really accept it, not being on this. We love low vibrational shit in DC. A lot of people love that. Again, what's our market?
I mean, I feel like that's just music culture anyway, though.
I mean, you could say that, but then you have places where there are underground markets and artists making real music.
Yeah.
You will never even know about them because the underground following is like.
But it's the same. It's like talking as a person that watches fans and shit like that. You get called a fan, or whatever, or a person that just listen to music.
Yeah,
you gotta go find the shit.
Exactly. So you find your.
Somebody can have it, but you gotta find it. Then when you find it, you gotta stick to them and then stick to that next person. Then they couldn't.
So being a young artist coming up and being naive, a lot of people think they just you make music, you drop it. And if people fuck with it, it go. And then you start learning. It's like, nah, nigga, it's marketing. Everything is marketing. So then you learn about marketing. You say, all right, now you got to find an audience for you to market to. Then you got to find a way to market it to that audience. So it's like, this is all steps. It's just like, you got to learn throughout your journey. And again, that's the path that I'm on. So it's like, now, time to expand. You know, who wants to hear Rock Kelly? Who gonna love this sound that you can just drop it into that market and it just does what it's supposed to do? Because, again, most of the time I hear my music in DC, everybody done heard it. Everybody know what it is. But guess what? After you done heard me say, hey, don't kill nobody, and, you know what I'm saying, stop the violence, and you saying we need to mobilize and bring unity to the community, and everybody like, yeah, that shit hard, that shit ice, and that shit crank. And then they step in the room to people playing little dirty niggas and doing drugs and shit like that. So the energy behind it is just, you know what I'm saying?
I understand
if
that.
you had more artists doing one thing, but it's like the common thing here is to listen to that type of music.
I ain't hold you. Just like, man, I want to be, you know, healthy and vegan and shit, you know what I mean? But shit, McDonald's right there.
McDonald's right there. And you come in the house, everybody is listening.
It's down the block.
McDonald's.
They can't avoid it.
Everybody
They market it very good.
Think about it. This is one person's like real loud, like, damn, you really trying to be vegan and shit like that? But none folks don't know that vegan is the one who actually can help save you type shit.
But
it's like, again, I laugh at vegans all the time. I laugh at vegetarians and shit, but then I start actually eating like mushrooms and different like vegetables like by themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, I can actually, this is basically what they substitute for meat. It's like, this not even that bad if you season this shit right. Like, so again, but that comes with being open-minded. Mm-hmm. And everybody ain't open-minded. You can't save everybody, you can't help everybody. So, I mean, I don't even bother, you know, trying at this point.
Yeah, do you feel like being an athlete as young as you was, does that discipline from being an athlete transition to you are now? Because I feel like a lot of things you speak on just how to stick to it and maintain it. It's called the discipline of the athlete or just discipline of a human being.
They say that all the time. It's like really just not even the discipline, but it's like the drive that you get in you from doing whatever it is you're doing. Wherever an athlete applies that to, it's like they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be good at it. They're gonna be solid at it. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I agree with it. I mean, just taking whatever I felt like, again, playing team sports, you know what I'm saying? That mentality and all of that, you can apply that knowledge or that energy into whatever it is that you got going on. You're going to be straight. So it'll keep you grounded. And a lot of people ain't never had that environment. They never been in that environment. So they really want to understand it. But for me, it's kind of like, it's natural, bro. Yeah. It's literally just natural. Hop from this to this. Do whatever it is you want to do and focus on it. And you know what I'm saying?
How did you become an activist out there within the same way of becoming a rapper? I'd say you became a rapper and then putting your pen to the
pad. The thing is, with me, I was born, we could go back to my childhood. Now, along with the track and everything, that aspect, that was really like my mother. She, teen mom, she supported everything we was doing on the athlete side. Like, whatever her kids was doing, I got 9 brothers and 3 sisters, by the way. So I come from a big family.
So you know family orientation, like for real.
Oh, we were raised very militant.
Yeah,
so it's
routine.
Like I didn't become an activist. I was born an activist. I was born a rebel. I was raised in an environment where it's like all this shit around you is, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to rebel against this. Like real life, my father told me, and this is like a year ago, he told me, he's like, yeah, I could have moved y'all away from the city, but it's like I seen what was coming on. I seen the type of, you know, what message y'all needed, and like, yeah, I'm gonna raise y'all in the belly of the beast, basically. Straight like that. So it's like when I come out there on activist time, it's like, nah, I've been like this my whole life. I was a kid in the class basically telling the teacher that she was wrong for what she was teaching because, you know what I'm saying? I just knew you was lying. I can't tell you why you lying, but I can tell you that that's not the truth. You know what I'm saying?
You got real history real early.
Real truth, early about everything that's going on in the world right now. It's like, I'm not surprised we live in the way we live in because I was basically told that this was going to happen But again, you're still young, so you have to go and experience everything, and the emotional aspect of it is something totally different because I got wisdom and everything, and this is one of the big issues I see with my upbringing. 9 brothers, 3 sisters. Ain't no manual for raising 12 kids in the hood.
She ain't got no manual for raising one.
Some motherfuckers can't even do that. So for 12 of us, and then, like I said, trap saved us to an extent. The moment that my older sister got a hold of that, and you know what I'm saying, she became one of the top runners in the nation for trap. It's like we just, oh yeah, you know how niggas is. It's like you find a hustle, keep going.
Shit, the blood.
So my mother after that, she just funded all. She said, how many more we got to go? She said, 8 left. All right, all you motherfuckers go this way, type shit. And from that point on, this has built a pipeline of the Kellys. Like, you know the Kellys for trap in DC. Like, we literally ran DCIAA for like 10, 15 years straight. So it's like, that right there on my mother's side is like, hey, look, we ain't got it. This nigga out here preaching, doing whatever the fuck he doing. He been a militant, you know, we Muslim. So I was raised like militant Islam type shit. Like a whole different branch that's a whole nother conversation for another day, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, eat together, you know what I'm saying? The portions were together. You get a little bit bigger, nigga, you get a little bigger portion, nigga. And if you complain about that, you might not get nothing. Like, that's how we was raised, you know what I'm saying? So all for one for all. Love your brothers, but you might not, don't trust them all the time because they be the one, that's the type of time we was on. One get ass whooping, all get ass whooping. So it's like, you coming from that and you get outside and all the stuff that you really dealing with on the inside and all the stuff that you know, your financial status, your socioeconomic status, everything that's going on, it's like you trying to escape all of this and you go outside and you see people perpetuating that image of the shit that you running from.
Wanting to be something you trying to get away from.
Wanting to be something that I've been trying to. So I feel like that's a big issue that I have to this day, honestly. Because I know everything that I tried my hardest not to be, everything that I had a reason to be, everything the world tried to make me be, the school system, DCPS, the government, Biden, Trump, every motherfucker about it. I'm blaming all that. Everything that I was supposed to be, they don't understand how hard that I had to fight not to be that. And that literally started with my father just spanking that shit into me and then releasing me into the world. Like, yeah, figure that shit out. Because I can't tell you everything. I ain't figured it out myself. And now that I'm older, I can see, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it makes sense now. So give you the core values, the morals, you know what I'm saying? This is what character's supposed to be like. And it's like you figure out all your way. You maneuver through all that shit. So just, again, like I said, seeing people perpetuate that stereotype that I had to do everything. If I would have tried to be that, or I would just caved in and been that, I'd have got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I've been an activist. Because I've always been taught to, you know, rebel against that stereotypical image of black men and black women. Even though my circumstances and my environment is literally gave me every single excuse to be that. So I understand yin and yang, bro. It's a thin line between the two. So that's why even to this day, like, I battle the line between artists and activists because the activist side of me despises the artist side of me. And the artist side of me looking at the activist side is like, nigga, you bullshitting, bro. I'm like that. I'm about to talk my shit and I don't give a fuck what these little dirty niggas say. But the activist side is like, damn, bro, like, real life. It's like, this music shit ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Your voice is your weapon. You know what I'm saying? Your faith is your weapon. So that's what you're supposed to use to, you know, get through all of this shit. So it's like that constant battle, it's always been there since a youth. But trap was just my way of actually, man, you run a few miles, but you ain't think about none of that shit.
Can't think about shit. My dad
burning.
burning.
My dad's on this joint burning like shit. I'm not thinking about none of that. We'll be eating tonight is what I'm thinking about.
Somebody walk me home.
I don't want 4 gold medals at the city championship. They on the podium, they want to take pictures, and all I'm trying to do is get to my mother and figure out what the hell we eating tonight. Like, I won. Like, could we get to go to Wendy's or something? Like, real, ain't no leftovers tonight. You got me fucked all the way up. You see these medals? These not even for you. These not even for me. They for you. Yeah. Even to this day, I get medals. It's like, here you go. My aunt, my mom. Literally, because we done got so many. That shit don't, man, we used to get medals coming out of my father looking like, that shit don't mean nothing, bro. That don't mean nothing. Them trophies don't mean nothing.
Keep running.
Keep running, nigga. Keep running. You little scared ass. When you go stand up and fight your people, fight for your people. That's what it's about. What have you done for your people? If you ain't done nothing to change the circumstances of you and your family and your brothers, you ain't did shit in my eyes. Yeah. Ain't verbally say this, but that's the energy that I felt. So I ain't never had no choice but to be an activist for my people. Like, literally. If I wasn't out here speaking on the shit because again, everybody don't have that perspective. A lot of these kids didn't even have a father. And me and my father relationship wasn't. It's not like I knew my father. I ain't found out my father's real name until I was a certain amount of years old, you know, and he lived with me type shit. So little stuff like that is like my relationship with my father was literally like see him go out, the masjid, the shop, you know what I'm saying? Spread the message, come back home. Going out. Is y'all praying? Like what y'all doing? Y'all been Muslim yet? Y'all on y'all deen yet? Oh, all right. Holler at me when y'all are. He wasn't saying this, but that's the energy, you know what I'm saying? And again, to this day, it's like I grew up, you know, feeling like a fatherless child at points. But now, at my age, I'm like, damn, bro, shit. I'm grateful as hell that I even had, you know, had you to instill that in me because without that, I wouldn't be giving you this message today. I wouldn't be standing in front of these kids talking the way I'm talking, getting them to tune into me, you know, for my faith and my voice, you know, for my character, for my integrity and shit like that. Shit that you spanked into me. So again, it's all perception at the end of the day, but it's like, that's really, when you say that activist question, I don't even consider myself an activist, bro, because I have just as much disdain for activists as rappers or celebrities, because at the end of the day, they profit off of our struggle just like they do. And a lot of them really just be up there saying what needs to be said to collect the amount of money they need to collect. Get the fuck up out of there, bro. Because at the end of the day, everybody just talking about it. Who really doing something about it? Who really stepping for change? Everybody talking about it. Niggas stepping for property they don't own. Niggas stepping for bitches that's gonna fuck the next nigga when they gone. Real life. They stepping for celebrities and shit like that. They stepping for all this stuff. All these people who profit off of the negativity and the toxic culture and the trauma that we endure. And they don't even profit the most. They just the little puppets that's giving they cut to do their job. The people at the top, they get the whole cake. They leave them niggas crumbs and they shit on us because they got crumbs. And we still sitting here still suffering.
Still shit on each other. Trying to get a crumb.
Trying to get a crumb, literally. Just to say we good enough. And you know, the fucked up thing is, they don't even be having a crumb. It's all perception at the end of the day. It's fake. The same way we grow up and see the drug dealers with the chains and shit like that ain't really got money. And by the time we get older, they the junkies now. When I step into the rap circle, coming from college, like I'm gonna tap in with this artist, and then I see that these niggas are still in the city, just like everybody else, nigga. So it's like it's all fake at the end of the day, all of it. If you ain't really making the money off of music to actually create, you know, market yourself and build your brand to a certain level, then you'll never make it out of the city anyway.
You don't think some artists do that though? Like I think some artists
it's definitely artists that
they don't get seen, they don't get put out. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's definitely artists. And again, you gotta have, bro. Music is you gotta be lucky, bro, to an extent. Like there's a certain aspect. Talent is one part. Hard work is one part. It's some people who ain't got no talent at all. They gonna work their motherfucking ass off, and they gonna find a way into that spotlight and it work.
It's like the person that played football at the age of 17, he in fucking NFL now. He's like, how? I played football since I was 9
years old.
I was the best.
Again, so it's everything ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't going, you know what I'm saying, make it. That's a given. So I can't even explain why a lot of people don't make it active. I'm not around them. That's I'm not around you every day to tell you why you didn't make it. I'm focusing on what I'm trying to do and making it in the ways that I feel like I need to make it. You know what I'm saying? And my path ain't gonna be like nobody else's in the city because ain't nobody else did with what I'm trying to do. Ain't nobody else literally during the day. I literally, you know what I'm saying, working in the community during the day on social work as a social worker. After that, going to community events, tapping in with nonprofits, speaking and everything, and then making music after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm trying to do shit that ain't got nothing to do with music for real, but it do. Because, again, once you stab inside a certain rapper, people consider you a rapper. But I'll say it all the time, I'm not a rapper, bro. Like, I'm something totally different, bro. I got something that I'm trying to cultivate. I got a message that I'm trying to get out there, a movement that I'm trying to build. And, again, entertainment is just one aspect.
I play you like an artist, like artistry.
So it's like, I guess you can say full artistry.
Yeah, like
but
artistry.
But the backbone of all of it is the message. That's the driving force. So again, when people hear the message, it's like, oh, activist, he's standing on the podium. It's like that shit is just
They use the word, the title,
and I don't like being put in that box, you know. I really don't. But at the end of the day, I can't sit here and say, nigga, you wanted to protest, you wanted to stand at that podium and talk. So yeah, you're an activist in the eyes. But I'll never be just one of them things. You know, I'm going to do the activist stuff. I'm going to speak the message at the podium if I have to. I'm going to speak at these events. I'm going to get into the schools. I'm going to speak to the youth. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to try to get on these college campuses. I'm going to speak to them, you know. And then when I see fit to put the music out there and deliver the message that way, I'm going to do that too. But even with speeches and stuff like that, you can just literally stand up, talk, put that out there. Music, that shit has to be cultivated and delivered in a certain way, especially when you got like a powerful message. You know, it could be misunderstood. Like, don't get spanked. What does that mean to you?
Don't get spanked?
Yeah.
Me personally, I'd be like, shit, don't let nothing happen to you bad. That's it. Because spanking was always the negative
It
shit.
got a negative connotation to it, right?
Don't get spanked.
So it's like, to some people,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Don't fall victim. But I would say,
I love that.
What would you say is the message, like, all summed up?
Behind don't get spanked, it's like it can go so many layers. But again, it's so many levels to this that to some people, don't get spanked will never be deeper than what you just said. It will never be deeper than, hey, don't die, don't get killed. But again, when I see black youth and black grown men talking about spanking each other in songs and killing each other, it's like we killing each other, we spanking each other, but we don't even see that we getting spanked by the system. That's who really got us in this situation, spanking each other. This is what our environment, all the shit we just talked about, this is what these conditions has fueled us to do this stuff. But we so focused on taking it out on each other that we don't see that we the issue at the end of the day.
Do you think we don't care no more?
So, I mean, that's subjective too.
I feel like it's always been passed down from my generation to generation to keep this shit alive.
I feel like self-hatred is a big issue in our community.
You can rank your problems in that way, though. Like, we got bigger issues, like far as with the government, but which one is easier to solve, that or nigga don't fuck with
it? Yeah.
And that's and again, they'll give you the excuse of, man, we've been beefing for 20 years and da 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 da. And it's like, all right, nigga, they've been spanking us for 500, and you can literally in 10 minutes end all that shit. But your pride and your ego and your trauma, whatever else we gonna blame for it, is the reason that you can't do it. So don't get spanked. We getting spanked physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. It's deeper than just a nigga, you know, killing or not getting killed.
Yeah.
You know, but again, that's one level of it. So when we are there and we talking about it, we can have a conversation that can lead you to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Because again, all right, once a nigga stop killing each other, where do we go from here? Ain't nobody got no money. And matter of fact, these niggas is all traumatized. So you need healing work. You know what I'm saying? You need mental health services and stuff. So now let's talk about getting spanked mentally and emotionally. Let's do that, because how can we expect these people to be pillars in our communities and leaders in our community when they traumatized? They just gonna pour that into their kids and continue to generate. So no, we got some healing work they need to do. Financially, how many divorces are caused because of money? That's most of them.
So some of my mental emotions and everything else come from finance.
Right.
The big ones.
So do you feel like it's realistic though?
But what I'm trying to do?
Yeah, to get that mindset change.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent. I feel like from the outside looking in, when you thinking on the level of, man, these niggas just like killing niggas.
I don't know. I feel like from the inside looking into it's a little different also.
I think it's possible, bro. And you know why I think it's possible? Because all these niggas is human at the end of the day. I don't feed into the demon shit and da-da-da-da-da. I see niggas on Instagram talking about killing motherfuckers all day. And then when you get in the room with somebody who is projecting a certain type of energy, they energy shift up.
Yeah.
I think as a collective, it comes down to the energy that's being projected in our city. And if you can get certain motherfuckers to project a certain type of energy, people will follow them.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like, well, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of people.
You need some
a
Southern
lot
hospitality up here.
a lot of people.
The Saudi damn AEDC, bro. Put us all in concentration camps and teach us how to.
That's what they got all open curries down there. They do the same shit, but
you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. All in the inner cities, it's everywhere. It's in the when you go to Atlanta, you go to LA, you gonna have this type of nigga shit.
It's everywhere.
But, so that's why I feel like the message that I'm coming with
shit in Russia
is needed everywhere.
That should have got a little more.
That shit in Russia. That shit overseas.
I feel like a lot of that shit got a little more.
They got UK drill now.
Hey, look,
that shit feel a little more compressed.
Yeah, because what
honestly.
we packed
No, we
into.
packed in.
Them niggas might have beef and shit, shit, but it's like you gotta drive to the
You gotta
next
go
village.
60 miles down.
You gotta drive to the next
like
countryside.
for instance, we grew up in Maryland, but it was literally across the street from DC.
Yeah.
So it's just
The line. I just see this one across the street, but catch me fair. I'm like, yo, his nigga rock Randy.
everything is together
Together.
in a sense.
So again, that can be a blessing and it can be a curse because now, like when you get certain messages out there, and you say what?
Yeah, definitely a curse. That's
Yeah,
what I said.
I mean,
That's
we
why
already
it's
seen the
easier.
curses of it.
It's
We already
easier
seen the
to-
curses of redlining and gentrification. You just picking up niggas up, moving them from one place to the next place. You know, you're not really focusing any on the actual issues that's going on within that community. You just taking the people and moving them. So we see all that, but it's like at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. And we come back to don't get spanked. It's simple. You can be part of the problem or part of the solution. Everybody is human. We all have a choice. You can be part of the problem or part of the solution. If you got that in your head, you know what I'm saying? Every day, like you encounter certain situations, it's like, all right, I'm at this crossroad. And it could be something as small as this dude just bumped me or I've been in a goddamn car crash. How can I get through this situation on the right side? And a lot of the issue in our community is we embrace being part of the problem. Like that's how we were raised up. You know, that survival mindset on one end, and then just I'm a little dirty nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like that's what DC is known for.
How about a little dirty nigga moment last night?
Oh shit. What happened with your little dirty nigga moment, bro?
Road rage, man. Road
See,
rage.
little shit like that,
Little shit like that.
and we be ready to throw our lives
I
away
was
for little shit that don't even mean nothing at the end of the day.
It didn't mean shit. I got in the house like, God.
Real
damn.
loud, we be ready to kill each other over shit that don't mean nothing at the end of the day. When you really think about it, it's like, damn, bro, nigga died over that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shit they be leading back to, women. Niggas be dying over pussy a lot. A lot more than people. We talk about the gang violence. We talk about the music and shit like that. The women too. These niggas are emotional, bruh. They place their worth in the woman that they you know what I'm saying, sleeping with. They on these drugs and stuff like that. A nigga hit they bitch up, touch their joint. Oh yeah, they'd die over that before they die for their niggas, bruh. And don't let them lie to you, bruh, because we done seen it so many times. Now
it depends on type of like if you're a woman, like you're a woman, yeah, I understand.
Bro, these niggas be dying over any fucking.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Like
they really out here crashing out over pussy. It's as simple as that.
If ain't no family value, I ain't crashing out.
Nah, exactly. Now I definitely step with my brothers. I know they gonna step with me.
Yeah, it's family
But it's
value.
it's like everybody done hit that joint, bro.
Yeah.
But she done laid with you for a week straight because she ain't had nowhere else to go and talk to you in your ear.
So
Now
she
you feeling
love
the
you.
connection.
You
and
ain't
then
the
she
best
gonna
out
take the
there. Nigga got emotionally distraught.
And again, and that goes into so after you transform these people, it's like they need that mental and emotional healing as well, because we getting spanked that way too.
I heard it like a good like kind of analogy. Like I think I had my own analogy. I was like the earth itself, right? You know, like the human body.
Okay.
And the people in the earth, there are just some good viruses, some bad viruses.
White cells, red cells.
Yes. And right now, you just see the bad viruses just trying to. You see the good viruses trying to hold on and keep the earth going. Because we can see all the bad people and shit is really about to throw this whole world away.
Yeah.
If we don't fight back.
Basically.
And we have to fight back for the people we love and our younger generation.
And it's not for everybody. That's why I don't believe in, when I say shit like don't get spanked, what's the movement about, what's going on. Everybody don't need to know because it's not for everybody. Knowledge is powerful. I intend for this movement to be powerful and what I build and the people I connect with. So it's not for everybody because it could be somebody who pretended to be a white blood cell and they really a red blood cell and they get in and they fuck everything got going up. Everything you got going on.
You got shit in your body to do that right now.
So, but again, I feel like one of the big issues that we talk about in this body you just described, this is big ass thing called social media and entertainment. And all the blood cells is literally standing there looking at that shit. And it's just feeding them negative shit.
I feel like, that shit is just sugar. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm amped. I'm up. Oh, dopamine effect.
Fuck the cell phone, nigga. It's
Straight
sugar.
dopamine.
It's sugar.
Straight sugar.
And we trying to tell them, it's like, bro, you don't understand. We got a lake of water right over here. And y'all letting that high fructose corn syrup drain right through y'all shit. Y'all just all let that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You can leave the blood cell to water, but you can't make them drink that shit. Literally. Let's go with that one. It's water over here. Love, respect, light, it's different. All the shit that y'all think is over there, y'all getting from that, y'all can get from this. You don't need no.
All the minerals and the salt and shit.
Everything you need.
Right there.
But y'all, that instant gratification, that instant hit is something that you might not get from this. You get longevity from this. But you can get that instant gratification all y'all want. That's what the little dirty nigga image is. Because they get replaced like this. The people who rapping about killing each other, it's always another nigga in the hood that want to talk about killing a nigga. Swap them in and out. Yeah. So when it comes to, and again, that's what DC is known for. We could talk about Wale, but at the end of the day, when you say real DC, what do people in DC want DC to be? That's how I look at it. And most of the people want DC to be some demonic ass, low vibrational shit. They want us to be the dirtiest niggas of all time.
I feel like we was going to the way of like New York. When I was coming up, like kind of New York and Atlanta, but now this wave is like Chicago wave of like inspired. Our generation now kind of inspired by the Chicago rap scene and drill music. So they getting fed all this shit. Because when I was coming up, Chief Keef was boom, but he wasn't in my generation. Somebody I would go play all the time.
No, you know I definitely could see.
I know he just boom, but he even got the fuck out of the way. So I'm like, the king of the drill was like,
But again, it's all energy. I take it, it's simplified. It's energy at the end of the day. The energy that's put behind that music is like, we love negative shit. So when they seen Chief Keef jumping around in the kitchen with a gun, oh, it's that simple? You mean to tell me I can go yell at a microphone for 10 minutes, take that MP3 and go in the trap house where I'm already sleeping at and jump around with a gun that I gotta use or I gotta hold on me and I can get 1 million views? I can do that. And to this day, what is these motherfuckers doing?
It's the same video concept.
Same video concept. They don't go out their hood. A lot of them can't even leave their hood. Over and over again. So what happens? They ops who sitting in the other trap house that they just shot their little dirty nigga video in, they looking at the other little dirty niggas. Hey, you heard what this little dirty nigga just said? Yeah.
I can say this and I can get around better.
Hey, but, and then he gonna say that. And then the little dirty niggas over there, hey, you heard what that little dirty nigga just said? And just go back and forth. And they just watch each other's shit. They talk shit to each other. They show their friends and their family. And it's a whole bunch of people looking at little dirty niggas. But guess what? You ain't made no money off that shit.
But do you think all of them, like, do you think they need guidance though?
No, they don't. No one's thinking like that. And at the end of the day, even everyone was getting guidance. It's like, that shit ain't that marketable. Because it's, how many artists we got in DC? It's like 3 in each hood. It's like 3 in each hood who everybody's arguing. Just imagine that. We used to have conversations about who the best rapper in the city. Now it's coming down who the best rapper in the hood.
Yeah.
Niggas in the hood is arguing about who the best rapper in the hood. And how many hoods do we have in DC?
It's a lot of blocks.
So it's a lot of motherfucking blocks. We got 4 quadrants.
It's a lot of blocks.
It's a lot of motherfuckers uptown. There's a lot of people on Northeast.
It's a lot of one-ways and just a lot of shit.
They done spent on every one-way in the city. Hopped out every free car they had to offer, bruh. Fucked every bitch that wanted to be fucked.
And shot every type of gun.
Every type of gun. They done shot shit I ain't never even heard about, bruh. Real life. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, what's next? Because we spanking us, we think that shit is okay. A lot of people didn't have nobody to ever tell them that shit was lame. That's why you have 30-year-old men in our community who hopping out free cars.
That's still crazy though, because I ain't had nobody like that. Well, I learned from my father's mistakes. Like, my father was in jail, so I learned from his mistakes. I just knew I don't want to go where y'all couldn't see you at my brother.
Yep.
And my mother just, she had when she was 15, so the same way growing up, I was like, I go with my mother, she young, so it's like, boom, boom,
and it's a whole nother paradigm. The whole nother paradigm.
But I dodged I maneuvered right, but I still had to survive out here.
Bingo. So you got kids. You ever seen the example where it's like basically like you got an alcoholic father. It's like one kid grew up and never drank, and the other one grew up to be alcoholic type shit. On the flip side of what you just said is a whole community where these little niggas feel like they ain't even a man if they ain't been to jail yet. Real life. They feel like they ain't even nobody. If they ain't never been able to go to jail and standing there, like niggas make them feel like you not nobody, nigga, until you be. And I sit back and it's like you got youngers who real life like, man, fuck that. And you got me sitting back there like, yeah, don't get spread, nigga. I ain't never going to that motherfucker. For why? Why I gotta go to jail?
So they can touch your butt.
For what? Keep on playing. Bro,
why the fuck? How the fuck they don't?
And these niggas, they come out of jail, they go right back. They come out and they go right back.
I thought it's a cycle.
It's a cycle. And again, once a lot of them get caught up in it, they don't want to. Again, the lifestyle that we live is based off survival, whatever you want to call it. But we are raised by crackheads. Think about the 80s and shit like that.
Yeah, I know.
So those are crack babies. You got the crack babies, and then all the parents now of the people, this generation type shit is like, Molly and shit like that.
You got the PCP.
PCP, all that shit. And now these youngins is all perks and shit like that. So these motherfuckers is all junkies at the end of the day. But that's why I don't understand how you can sit here and make it seem like everything is okay. And what you're doing is okay because you're not doing it from a place where you just vibrating normally. Like you fucked up in the head. You know you fucked up in the head. You talk about being fucked up in the head. And then you go continue to glorify it when somebody tell you like, hey, bruh, that ain't it. Nah, fuck you, nigga. I'm an emotional junkie gangster rapper and I kill people. It's like, all right, go ahead and do that. But
that's the very definition of insanity, to keep doing something you know.
You know what I'm saying? That you see the end game of this.
Yeah.
So I don't even understand. I'm not gonna lie to you. And again, perspective is everything. I don't understand how they can still look at the shit and it looks appealing or cool to them. I'm not gonna lie to you. And once upon a time when I used to look at that shit, it's like, oh shit, Wayne got all the bitches, da-da-da-da. But then it got to a point where I seen like this shit fake. Like these niggas know it's fake. How can y'all not know it's fake when y'all got 30,000 followers and you land in the trap house? How? How can you not see that this shit is fake? Like y'all knew the shit was fake before the people who coming up knew it was fake. Why y'all ain't tell them this shit was fake? And on top of that, why y'all ain't show them another way or attempt to go another way? That'd be my issue with niggas. Real life, y'all know this shit is bullshit. Y'all know ain't no real money in this. So why y'all still lying to these kids? Why y'all still encouraging them to do goofy shit? You know why? Because same way these kids ain't never had nobody tell them, spank their ass and tell them right from wrong. It's niggas who real life 23 to motherfucking 40 years old who ain't never had the same thing. And they still feel the same way. So it's like, it's sad, but at the end of the day, only thing I can step out there and do is guide them. You know what I'm saying? Encourage them. But again, you gotta meet everybody where they at. You gotta meet everybody where they at. And some niggas is all the way back there. So it's dangerous going all the way back there to try to, hey nigga, you know we need to be going this way. So I'm gonna say something that everybody will get everybody's attention. Don't get spanked. And when you look into it, you won't get the real message because it's deeper than anything that you can expect. And the people who really understand the message, bruh, man, how can I support, bruh? Yeah. Hey, come meet with me. Come have dinner with these folks. Come have this conversation. So it's like behind the scenes, it's like a lot of powerful shit going on. You know, a lot of meaningful stuff. So that right there, the hashtag, that's just for people that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look at me.
It's a real tag.
But when you feel that shit, it's a certain energy that's projected behind it. And the people who are aligned with what I'm doing, and they can hit the hashtag and they can see the video and they get it instantly, like I said, they hit me up immediately. I love what you're doing. Don't stop. Please don't stop.
This is like self-fulfilling for yourself to see like the turnaround. Have you seen like the turnaround as far as you, like I said, you don't want to call it activism, as far as you doing your part for the community?
You know what's crazy? I don't even, like I said, the way my father made me feel up is like, if you ain't doing nothing for your people, then you ain't doing nothing. So for me, I might have little moments here and there where I embrace certain shit because that's probably just God forcing me to have a little moment. Or my friends like, hey, nigga, this big. You need to, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, what have I done? I did a lot, but let's be real. What have I done? Niggas still out, the shit still fucked up out here. So I ain't never feel like I've done enough until I can see like real fruits of the labor and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I see it on a microcosmic scale. I see people drawing into it. I see people thanking me, you know what I'm saying? I'm having these meetings and stuff. I'm going to these events. I'm putting events together and shit like that. But it's like, nah, bro. There's more work to be done. It's way more work to be done out here.
It's like snacks.
Yeah.
I'm hungry, but it's just a snack.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
This is one chip.
It's a lot of, like, again, this shit is deeper than, like you said, people dealing with the stuff that we dealing with in D.C. Everywhere, bro.
Everywhere. I don't care what you, it's white, black,
it's little dirty niggas everywhere wanting to be the little dirty
any race,
bro.
Any.
So it's like, again, I'm trying to encourage people to be free thinkers, you know, and, you know, become independent of, we sit here all the time, again, let's go to the active side of things. You got the little dirty niggas who make music about killing each other all day, and they complain about why they can't, you know, be invited into community meetings or why they can't, you know, just be a part of the solution for the shit. It's like, nigga, you can easily be part of the solution. Just be part of the solution. Literally, take the steps. Mobilize your people. You know, and then you got the activist side who just talk about that. And they talk about the trauma and everything like that, but it's like, who's literally bringing people together and actually taking steps towards a solution.
Who grabbing that bus and picking people up?
Picking people up.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like, and it's people doing it.
It is.
It's people doing doing it. So it's like, all right, bet. Connect with that person, and do what? Create change. And then you go find the next group of people, connect with them, but you're building a network. You're building a web, you know what I'm saying? And can go, I didn't connect with all the people in the city, you know what I'm saying? And I connect with all the people in Virginia. And you take this shit to North Carolina. I already got roots in North Carolina. Hit Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, go to Atlanta, hit California, Florida, Texas, you know, go expand. Because again, this message and what I'm trying to do is for all of these places. So it's like this shit has to expand and go the same way they got Black Lives Matter to just blow up and go everywhere. I think Don't Get Spanked should go just as far. Can go just as far.
We know how Black Lives Matter got put up there.
I know. I know. If you know, then you know.
You know, okay.
If you know, then you know. Hey, did you see my last video?
I seen it.
So it's like, you know what type of time I'm on with this shit. Like, it's deeper than just, like, again, music. Don't get me wrong. This shit is like, I understand the power of words. So I'm trying to project a certain energy, deliver a certain message, and do it the right way on the music side. But there's a whole other side of this, you know? And when we say activism, it's like, that's just one side. Like, I got to meet with people who understand finances on a level that I don't, because it's like, growing up, I wasn't taught, you taught to hustle like everybody else. This is how you make money. But how to legally, legitimately make money and make your money work for you, that's a whole nother game. So it's like I gotta learn. It's stuff that I need to learn that I know that they need to learn. Like, we all need to learn. So when I bring people together and say, come to these meetings, I ain't gonna talk at all of them. Come on, y'all. Let's sit here. I brought this professor from this place to come talk to us. That's the type of time I'm about to be on. Because it's like, again, I'm still young too, bruh. People be like, you ahead of your time. I shouldn't fucking have to be, bruh. It should be 35-year-olds in our community, 30-year-olds in our community who literally, like, as a collective. Because don't get me wrong, it's something, that's one thing we all like to do. Man, you sit here, you say that, you try to hold niggas accountable, this nigga's doing this, y'all just don't pay attention to it. Look, I ask a simple question to everybody. Are there more people being part of the problem in our community or part of the solution as a whole?
Problem.
Exactly. Because everybody in our
got a problem.
was being part of the fucking solution. Our environment would look different.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a problem.
We wouldn't have a fucking problem if everybody was in part of the solution. So don't get spanked. Everybody is people who are heavily invested in being part of the issue. And you know why? It's not because they're a bad person, but because they was raised to think that it was okay. And that's why we getting spanked. Because nobody ever spanked their ass and told them, like, youngin'. Like I said, some people got their ass beat. But ain't nobody had that spanking. I'm doing it because I love you type shit.
I got spanked like that. That shit was weird.
I
I think, how you gonna beat the shit out of me and say he hurt me more than he hurt you? You crying too? How you crying? You ain't even beat me.
Hey, like, I wish I had one of them joints, but my joints was like, they was spankings, but it's like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. As a kid, you know when you right or wrong.
Yeah, because I was wrong as shit, but
You see how?
yeah, I was wrong, but the way she had to beat me was like, I have to, because you are becoming something I don't want you to become. You feel me?
Exactly.
And it's no men around, so the woman, she had to do like the utmost of like, I don't want you to go past this point. Like,
So in that situation, before you made that decision, that you knew it was wrong, if you would have said, hey, damn, don't get spanked, you wouldn't have got that spanking.
I came with the mindset, like you said, like the little dirty. I don't care.
You don't care. You don't care. You know why? Because you ain't never, you know what I'm saying? You fine.
Because I dealt with the spanking.
The spanking
over and
over.
Got so desensitized to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I ain't
then
gonna
that
hold
one was like, oh.
Man, you know why? Because that was a spanking probably daddy ain't give your ass.
Yeah. Nah, grandma gave me all my spanking.
Oh, grandma. Hey, look, my great grandma. She had this motherfucking fly swatter, bruh.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't like cable no more. Just put it like that.
Oh, shit. Nah, man. It's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of stuff going on in our community. And again, we can speak on it from so many different avenues. And I'm just going with my perspective on the issues and how to create change. And I'm stepping strongly behind that because I feel like we have a big issue in our community where the men in our community need to be held accountable to do more. We the leaders. Mind your business.
Nah, I feel that though.
Stop.
I feel that though, because I feel like the men, like if we go and sacrifice, we should sacrifice for the community.
Yeah. No, check this, bro. You got niggas literally ready to die with the community, bro. Ready to die, not even the community, just because they emotional at the moment, bro.
I'm talking die for something.
So again, when people say shit like, bro, you sitting here saying don't get spanked, bro, you better hope don't nobody spank you, or people feeling some type of way about the message or who I make music with, all types of shit. bro, it's like y'all don't understand my upbringing. It's like either I step behind what I believe in, or I don't feel like I'm nobody. I ain't doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I see the change it's creating, so it's just further encouraging me to step harder, you know, keep going. Because at the end of the day, the only person that could truly spank me is the Most High. And however that happens, that happens. I'm not even, everybody, who survives life?
Nobody.
It's fucking exactly.
You are literally born to die.
Literally. So we born to.
That's hand in hand.
So it's like we born, we all got, if we figure out our purpose, then we'll live a life, you know what I'm saying, either chasing that purpose or fully embracing the living that.
So some people just live.
Just live. Nigga, they just breathe until they not here no more. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do and create the change that I feel like I'm supposed to create. And I'm a step behind it. A full force behind it.
So what do you see yourself like the next 3 to 5 years with your goals and purpose? Like you got a plan because I see you got the movement, like I said, moving behind you.
So
I know you got a goal. You're already militant. You're already disciplined. So you ain't got shit to drop the juice right now.
No. Because again, this what comes with actually saying something like "don't get spanked." It can be perceived in so many ways, and if you're supposed to be a messenger, or you're supposed to be somebody with a voice, something like that, it's dangerous to let it just simmer out there like that. You know, it forces me to step out there and, you know, speak and you know, clean things up and, you know, actually go deeper into it. But again, that's what it's supposed to do because people don't want to understand. People don't understand it. So what they going to do? Ask me to explain it. Okay, so I'm going to come explain it. So it's like, that's what it's marketing at the end of the day, you know? But I feel like I can take this. This is just a testing, you know, step one. This is me figuring out how well I can, you know, market my brand and my message and everything that I got going on. So again, I'm new to this. And it's like, take this as far as it goes and then learn how to fully monetize and, you know what I'm saying, make music independent of music. I said make money independent of music because there's no way that, you know, ain't nobody just gonna come and give me money to do the shit that I'm trying to do. I gotta figure out how to make that money and reinvest into my movement, my message, and then the entertainment side, you know? And they all kind of align in a way where I can do all of it at once. But it's like, now that you working, you know what I'm saying, this is bigger than you now. Mm-hmm. You make a connection with people, you know what I'm saying, you're doing certain work, so now you gotta build a team. And you literally build an organization, build a business. So I gotta learn how to do that, you know, on a level where it can, you know, maneuver through certain things. Like, again, this is deeper than just some city shit. It's like, I want to have a label behind what I'm doing, bro. I want to have a big nonprofit charitable organization where I can just put money into and have on notice, like activate the people who fuck with the movement, you know, in these different places that come together and do targeted events and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got so much stuff that I want to do that, you know, I'm just adding to the board.
You ever did motivational speaking?
So that too. Even I don't even look at it as motivational speaking.
You know,
just going up there and talking like we talking right now, having a genuine conversation about my life and how I got from point A to call the men out.
Yeah, exactly
like that. Because that's what again, don't get spanked. We sit here, we blame the system, we point at this person, but at the end of the day, you know who could truly change the situations? I mean, change our environment? Us. We the solution to our problems. Literally, it's like that's how I look at it. We are the solution to our problems. I want to get into all of that. Again, I'm not putting myself in no box. Any way I can get my message out there, I'm going to do it. Okay. If I feel like, you know, morally, it aligns with my beliefs and what I feel like I should be doing and my purpose, and I'm genuinely stepping behind it, then again, not putting myself in a box. I could writing books, you know what I'm saying? It's all types of stuff that I'm getting my hands into because at the end of the day, it's about the message. And again, people see me as an artist because I done stood beside certain rappers and stuff like that. It's like, I'm not a rapper. We could just put that there. I can call me an artist. That's on when I'm, you know, doing artist stuff. But behind the scenes,
that's what make great music. Artists.
Yeah. But again, like I said, music is just one aspect of what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So on the business and the social, political side, it's so much other stuff going on that it's like, damn, bro. Like, you sure you gonna have time to even be an artist with what you got going on? But it's like, I realize like how much talent I have on that side of things where it's like, people, my fans ain't gonna never let me stop. You know what I'm saying? And you know, once you go a certain length, there's like, ain't no going back. So it's like, again, don't get spanked. I literally jumped out there, and this is a way to push me out there for what the shit I was scared of, or the shit I wasn't fully, you know, embracing.
Catapulted.
Yeah. And so it's like, literally, all right, you're gonna do activist shit and rap shit at the same time. You're gonna say, hold the dirty niggas accountable. You gonna say fuck the system. You gonna go out. You literally gonna do all that shit. And I just threw myself out there, and now it's like, here I am.
And stand on it. You
Stand on it. Now what? Yeah. Stand 10 toes on everything that I said, everything I'm saying, everything I'm gonna say. But one thing I'm not gonna do is act like I'm just, I'm not human, bro. And this is a spiritual journey for me as well. So again, I'm trying not to get spanked along this journey on that level, as I learn and I encounter different things. And I'm not afraid to admit, when I fuck up, when I could have did better in certain areas. But again, that's between me and the Most High. They ain't got nothing to do with you, nobody else, bro. So that's why I don't even like the spotlight, like that, But it's, again, if you gonna be saying shit like don't get spanked, you got to sit your ass down and explain it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just comes with the territory, and this goes with fully embracing everything that you got going on. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm here now. It's literally life, and I'm gonna live it, and I'm not gonna just be breathing out this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
what you be saying, Shampoo? What you say?
Life gon' life if you let it.
Mm-hmm.
Life gon' life if you let it. That's some real shit. Exactly. You got any motivation you want to tell the youth? Because it's just you'll never know who watching. We never know who watching. But everybody tell us
them to keep watching. Literally, keep watching. The way I look at it as, I know a lot of people, again, they're tuned into what I'm doing, but because it's so different, it's kind of like, it's like, it's not the cool thing to do, but it's like, I gotta respect it, because if I speak out against it, then I'm gonna look stupid for speaking out against something positive. So, don't get caught up in that, bro. If you fucking with, something that's meaningful and something that's, don't be as scared to embrace that. And I'm not just saying just my music, I'm just talking about anything. In life, you gonna be around people who don't see what you see or feel how you feel, and there's nothing wrong with being different. There's nothing. We all different at the end of the day. Be yourself, because one thing that I see that is an issue in our community is people conforming to stereotypical standards and embracing that shit, because I guess you could say it helps them survive in an environment that preys on it and profits off of that image, but it's counterproductive at the end of the day. So I would just encourage the youth to just literally, when you look in the mirror and now you like, man, I want to be this person, and you hear that voice, but this nigga gonna laugh at me. It's like, boom, don't get spanked. Stop right there, Lord. Stop right there. You said you wanted to be this. Now let's go this way. Why you want to be that? Because this, that, and the third. Like, literally fully embrace who it is that you want to be. And like I said, it's easier when you got a male figure or a positive role model, a father, like in that immediately right there. Because that's who usually builds the confidence of the young men in our community. And when you ain't got no confidence, you just got your mother and the drugs, you know what I'm saying? That, you see what that shit is doing. So just be yourself, fully embrace who you are, and never let nobody deter you from your path or nothing you got going on. There's nothing wrong with being different, because look at me. I literally stick out like a sore thumb, and I don't even be doing nothing for real. Simply off of being different. Yeah. Everybody saying kill niggas, and I say, hey, don't kill niggas. And everybody like, who's that nigga? And it's just that simple. Why? Because I'm being myself. So you don't have to do what everybody else doing to get attention. You don't have to do, literally, if you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to get everything that you're supposed to get on that journey.
We said, y'all, follow that journey. Go ahead and tell them to follow it again.
Hey, at Trackstar_Kelly. All platforms, Rock Kelly. That's the artist name. YouTube, Rock Kelly TV. Like I said, all platforms, social media, Twitter, TikTok, Trackstar_Kelly. Don't get spanked is the movement, man.
You already said, man, don't get spanked, man. Hey, man, appreciate you, Trackstar, coming out real live, doing this shit, spreading this message, spreading that positivity to everybody. Let everybody know it's not okay to get spanked.
It's not okay to get spanked, bro.
It's not okay.
And that's the issue. A lot of niggas think it's okay.
The good don't always die young, man. All right, you know what I mean? It's your boy Slider Got No Lie.
Love, man.
AKA Good Shampoo.
It's Unpleasant Thoughts Podcast.
Cool.